Well, hello again, YouTubers. How's everyone doing? I'm doing pretty good, staying pretty busy. I thought we'd talk about something pretty common on these Ford Explorers, especially the 4.6s. Just about all of them do this, a PO308, a Misfire number 8 cylinder. I'm going to show you how to fix it. Very simple to do, very easy to get in here and to change out a couple of things. This is pretty common. Now, I'd show you on my code reader, but I lost the code when I unhooked the battery a little while ago and hooked it back up, but I've had this happen a lot of times, and I have fixed this problem many times. So what's going on here is we have this V8. It is, like I said, 4.6. And we have this plastic plenum up here. God knows why Ford decided to do plastic plenums. And it has a gasket underneath here. Now, what happens over time? The plastic intake warps and cracks and gets bad, and this gasket under here fails. And this happens a lot, especially on the 4.6. It's back here around the number 8 cylinder, which is on the driver's side. It's the very last cylinder right here where you see the coil and the fuel injector right there. So what we got to do, I'm going to go, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do first. I'm going to go ahead and start this up, and we're going to pull this wire on the coil, and I'm going to show you there's no change in the engine idle or speed. And that's one way you can find out right off the bat which cylinder is missing. So let's do that. Okay, now we got the vehicle kind of idling here, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but we'll pull this coil wire. I may have to set the camera down to actually get it. Again. Alright, there we go. And as you can see, there's no change in the idle. Now, if I do one of these up here, the idle will change. You see that? Big change in the idle. So this is how you find which one is bad. So what we got to do is go ahead and take this coil out here and get in here and clean this out. And I guarantee you there's probably water down in there. And also the moisture has probably gotten in here from where it rains, comes down the gutter, and there's a little place right here that water often drips off of and drips down on this intake and gets in around this coil. So let's go ahead and take this coil out. Alright, we'll go ahead and get this coil out. Now, to make the video a little faster, I've already gone ahead and loosened up this little screw. It's a 7mm that you take out of these coil packs here, little coil and spark plug, whatever you want to call it. Let's pull this out here, and I guarantee we're going to see moisture. Sometimes it's a little difficult to get out. Oh, one more time, twist it some, and oh, out it comes. All right, and there we go, and look at that. Just as I suspected. So what we got to do now is go ahead and get this water out of here. I have a little compressor. I'm going to blow some air down in there. Let's wipe this off and see if it takes care of the problem. Okay, so I got my compressor there hooked up. These things are a lifesaver, and I got a little air thing, a little tube here. We're going to stick this down in the hole, and we're going to blow the moisture and the air out of here, get the moisture out the best we can. And sometimes you got to stand back because it'll get you in the face. So blow that out really good. Oh yeah, lots of water come out of there. So let me do this for a couple of minutes. Alright, that should be more than enough. So what we'll do now is go ahead and dry this coil off really good. Try to do it with one hand. A lot of it's evaporated off already. It's pretty warm out here today. Alright, so let's go ahead and stick this back on and start it up and see if it took care of the problem. Now, I've seen a lot of cases where on this particular cylinder, if this coil has a lot of water on it and it's been missing for quite some time, it will eventually short out this coil and destroy it. So let's make sure it's good. Go ahead and put this back on here. Now I have an extra coil in there just for emergencies that I keep. You just never know about these things. So, alright. All back together. So let's go start it up and see what we got here. Might as well just walk with me. And, no, we still have a miss. So let's do this. Take this back off again. Still no change in the idle. So what we're going to do, I have an extra coil in there. I'm going to stick another coil in there and see if that makes a difference. Alright, now here's my backup coil. I've got tape around it, but it works. We'll stick this on here, and we'll see if it works. So I need to shut the vehicle off real quick. Alright, I'll go ahead and stick this one in here. The one with the tape. Oops. This one here, this is the one I want because I know this is a good one. This is my emergency backup coil. And you can get these online. These are fairly cheap on eBay. You can get them off the dealers. You can get all 8 of them for about 50 bucks. I'm not even going to put the screw in there right now. We're just going to kind of leave that like that. And we're going to go inside and start the vehicle up and see if that takes care of it. And it should. Everything here is nice and tight. All right, let's go inside and start it up and see if that took care of the miss. Here we go. Oh yes, that took care of it. Right there, that was this coil. Apparently this coil's bad too. So we had 2 things going on. We had moisture getting in there, shorting out this coil earlier, and it did it so long it just ruined the coil. The coil's no good. And here's the new one. Well, the used one anyway. And you can see the engine is running really smooth. Now I'm going to unhook this wire, see if it starts shaking. And it's shaking, so we know this cylinder now is working. See it shaking there? You can probably feel it in the camera. All right, let's hook this wire back up. And there we go. That took care of our miss. I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, so we are fixed. It is not missing no more. And sounds pretty good. And if you watched my earlier video, I have a catalytic converter that is self-destructed on the inside. That's what that rattling is you hear. The motor sounds really good. Smooth now. Before it was shaking really bad. Now if you have a problem, if you have a PO301 through 308, all that means is 1 through 8, one of these cylinders is misfiring. Just simply pull the wire off the coil. When you pull this wire off the coil, if it does not change the idle speed, then you found your cylinder that's giving you the issue, then go from there. But I'm happy. It's nice and smooth. All I got to do now is go ahead and stick my bolt back in here and wrap it up. And so that engine is running great. I don't have to put any more money into it, and actually it was a free fix. So there you go. I hope this helps you guys out if you have the Explorer. First thing you do if you get a PO308, it's a PO308 code. Check that cylinder right back there, okay? Thanks for watching, everybody. Until I see you next time, have a good one, and be safe.